Let's go solve some crimes.
Yeah, ruh-roh.
Ruh-roh.
I am Chuck Dorsett for Weaver Leathercraft. With me, Jimmy DiResta.
Hello,
Big
Chuck.
fan.
Thank
Could
you,
not
Chuck.
be
Thank you for
happier
having me
you're
down here. I appreciate it.
We're going to make a belt. Jimmy is going to start with a buckle, and it is gorgeous. Let's jump over to that.
Yep. I start out with a 3D print. So I designed the logo in Fusion 360. Then I send it to the 3D printer in an STL file. Once I get the 3D print, I bring it to the shop, and I put it in a flask, which is basically just a boundary box, and I pound clay on top of it, the Delft clay. And then once the clay makes the mold, I flip it over, I pull it out. And then I heat up this pewter or this tin. It's like tin and zinc. Melts at about 400 degrees with a torch.
Wow.
And then I pour it in there. Takes about 15 minutes to cool off, and then I pop it out. And then I fix up the casting. The belt hardware is made out of brass, and I use silver solder, which is much stronger than most people recognize, like electrical solder.
Yeah.
Silver solder is really more for the jewelry business, and it's much, much stronger. So I made these parts up using silver solder, and then I use a little bronze rod to make the belt holder, or the belt hasp, whatever you might call that. And then now here we are. We're going to make the actual belt for it.
That is beautiful. That's perfect. We're going to make a great belt. So we're going to make a mystery braid belt that'll be perfect for that. So what we're going to do is use a wooden strap cutter. Jimmy, I'm going to let you try this because this will be one of the most useful tools in your shop. So all you're going to do is get that started.
Ooh, that cuts nice.
Now take that little tab and just pull that just a hair to the left. That's going to keep your handle butted. In fact, if you want to stand on this side.
Right.
Yeah, there you go. That looks great. Beautiful.
Ta-da.
So how easy is that?
That's beautiful. Wow, that cuts so nice.
Okay, let's move this out of the way. So what we need to do is get your waist size so we can make this belt just for you. Now, funny thing is, the belt never lies. We do, the belt never lies. So just put that on. What it is a belt, and I've just got a hole punched every 1 inch and marked through the whole length, so therefore we get a perfect call.
Should I just put my finger there?
Is it coming together?
Like, should I just do that?
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, this is 30.
Yeah, we're not going to say what it is.
Is that really 39 inches? Am I really that fat?
No, it's 37, I think.
Oh, that's what it said?
Yeah, 37.
Oh, doesn't make me feel much better. Hold on. Okay.
All right, so.
Oh, I got it to 36.
Okay, 36 it is. Just, yeah.
Let's go an inch before and after that number.
Right. Cut that. So we've got a blank now.
There you go. Wow, that's easy.
This is where it could get a little tricky because what we're going to do now is we need to cut 2 parallel lines in this for the mystery braid.
The mystery braid is the braid that braids itself. We never have to actually disconnect either end.
That's exactly right. Yeah.
Did you invent that?
No, I wish I did, but no. You want to cut one line?
You trust me?
Sure. You know what? We've got plenty of blank.
All right. I'm going to have to eyeglass up for this one.
No.
I am, after all, a 36 waist. I'm going to watch you do the next one.
Going to let me do this one?
Yeah.
Oh, the pressure's on now.
I want to see how you do it.
Me too.
Nice. Show off. 2 passes.
Yeah.
Now the hard part.
Oh, this is super easy.
The mystery part.
The mystery part.
How do you know what you're doing?
Yeah, I don't on that one. I missed it. I'm going over.
Oh, here.
Yeah. There, okay, yeah, there we go.
You got it?
Yeah.
Oh, you went backwards.
That's all right.
Okay, that looks really good.
That's working out nicely. Okay.
What's nice about leather, I find, and you have much more experience than me, but when you start realizing you might have made a mistake, you just like rub your hands on it, it starts to go away.
That's right. Correct mistakes easily.
So, not that we have a mistake here, but it starts to really fall into place.
All right, now last thing, let's do this. Now in my shop, I've got a pole, a support pole, so I can wrap this around it, really lean into it.
Oh, I see.
But right here, what we're gonna do is just run that over the edge of a table, and it helps if it's got kind of a beveled edge on it, so we don't tear up the backside or the skive of the leather.
Yep. And that starts to set the braid.
Sets the braid, stretches it out a little bit. All right,
Yeah.
well that looks good. So if you
Right.
want to, drop that buckle on. Beautiful buckle.
Thank you.
Jimmy, that looks great.
Okay.
All right, Jimmy, our brand new Cub hand-operated sewing machine. I haven't spent more than a minute on this.
Yeah.
So
I got a little bit more experience, but not much more.
That's
I spent
excellent.
2 minutes on it, so I'm the expert.
Okay.
All right.
I will be your guide. How about that?
Okay, so we're gonna run a stitch on this is bridal leather.
This is our English bridle.
So you trimmed this off camera already. It's ready to go for my size.
That's right. That's ready to go at your size.
And based on the first belt, you added a couple of
Larger.
inches.
Yes, I did.
Thank you. If you want to take a nap while I do this, I'll wake you up when I'm done.
This is exciting.
It's not-
It's beautiful stitch.
It is, right?
Clean and straight.
It's not a sprint, it's a marathon.
That's right. That's right.
And it has a cutter right there on the machine. Wow, I can't believe
Look at
that
that.
one long pass and no problems.
No problem.
So that would look nice with a nice pair of penny loafers, I think.
Oh, man.
Pair of corduroys, what do you think?
That's it. Looking good.
And your weaver buckle.
That makes the whole ensemble. Very sharp.
Now you said you added a couple of inches on this one?
2. Just 2.
Just 2. What are you trying to tell me?
Not a thing.
How's that?
Looks good.
Weaver man?
Yeah, man, that looks good, Jimmy. All right, Jimmy, we are going to use our new creaser,
This
an
thing-
embosser.
Beautiful machine. And there's nothing to this but to just run it through and it comes out beautiful.
Look at that. How clean and crisp is that impression?
And then can we do this and can we dye this afterwards?
We absolutely can dye it. It would be beautiful. In fact, when we emboss, it's going to burnish it just a little bit.
Right.
So we'll actually have a little bit of a burnished look to the dye.
Should I go backwards over it? Doesn't matter.
You can, but I would probably say not to.
Right, even
We've
though
got
I'm doing
ample, yeah, that's all right. We've got ample pressure.
I just wanted one consistent raw run on it because it seemed when I paused it stopped it made a different
look
impression.
At that. Boy, that is crisp and clean and beautiful. Very nice, and I love that pattern, the roped edge. That
is
looks really good.
nice. So what would you recommend if we were going to maybe change the color of it just to add one more step?
Oh, Pro Dye, first off. It's the only dye I use.
Okay.
Pro Dye, 5-inch Pro Dye. Oh, any color would be gorgeous. The mahogany would be beautiful.
Okay.
But I love the walnut. It's a good, rich color. In fact, it's very similar to this, but it's more of like say a medium brown.
Can
But
we try it? Is that out of the question?
No, we will have to get reset up, but we can certainly add some dye. All
Let's
right,
reset and get the stuff we need.
perfect. Let's reset and do some dyeing.
Okay, so we're back and we're going to dye this belt.
We're going to add some dye to this.
Ooh, very nice. You have the confidence of somebody with experience.
Somebody doesn't want to get dye on my shirt.
It's very nice.
All right, so let's give that about maybe an hour to dry.
Okay.
Let's give that an hour to dry, and then we're going to drop in some top coat and wrap this up with 4 beautiful belts.
Great. You going to pour that back in there?
I'm going to try.
What technique is this now?
This is called don't screw up with the dye in your hand.
You're doing a good job. What if I tickled you? What would happen?
It would be a disaster. You know, we're made out of leather too, so therefore it dye us very nicely. Add a good top coat, oh, it'd be beautiful.
All right, what are we up to, Chuck? What are we doing now?
So we're going to add a top coat. It's going to not technically seal our leather, but it's going to give us a nice gloss, going to enrich in that dye color. We're using a leather balm. Smells good, no ventilation really needed.
Right.
So what I'll do this belt and you do our embossed. So I'm just going to rub this on somewhat sparingly.
Yeah. And what is it actually? Do we know?
It's a wax-based top coat. So therefore, we're kind of getting a little wax into the leather.
Okay.
And it's
You're gonna buff it.
gonna buff it. That's exactly right. Buff it. There we go. Look at that. Starting to get that really pretty
yeah.
gloss in that.
That's pretty.
Isn't that? And it feels
Shall I?
good too. It's got a good feel.
Shall I go for it?
Please, yeah. Why don't you start on yours? There you go.
Those diamonds almost look like real diamonds. They're shining so nicely.
Good.
All right.
Yeah, there we go. That looks good to me. Look at that. Nice gloss. Nice color.
This
Jimmy's
is
got a
great.
beautiful belt there.
I'm gonna go into the belt business, I think.
You ought to. You make a beautiful belt.
Well, I wouldn't have been able to do it without you.
That's a solid belt. You could just about tow a car with that belt.
I love how thick this stuff is.
Yeah, feels good. Gonna last longer than all of us combined.
All right, this I'm definitely gonna try at home. I really like this technique. It's gonna take me a few tries though to get it right, I'm sure.
I hope so, and I hope you have fun with it.
I
Jimmy,
will.
good luck with your project.
Thank you, buddy. Thank you so much.
Wow.